If you're a single girl out here in these streets and you're thinking, am I crazy? Or are these guys like not even wanting to date and hook up, let alone get married?
Am I the problem?
Are we why these men don't want to get married? I have good news and bad news. The good news is you're not crazy. The bad news is it's worse than you thought. The very minuscule amount of kingpin level good men, the ones that are actually husband material, are almost certainly already married, about to be, or here's your very grim reality check, rotting away to near extinction.
There goes our last mail.
Oh my god, I hate Alex Clark. She's so dramatic.
Am I?
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am.
Turns out, the large majority of men 18 to 30 years old are single by choice. You're not crazy after all. Don't believe me? A new Pew Research study found that 63% of men don't want to pursue any sort of relationship with women. That means serious or casual. They literally feel no motivation to leave their house. Period. You know things are bad when guys think a booty call is too much work.
The idea of the work necessary for a booty call is too much work is due to the democratization of the vagina. It's so easy nowadays to take advantage of this sexual liberation environment. It's like, well, why would I want to settle?
Dating experience. My worst dating experience? Yeah. So on Valentine's Day, I wasted like almost $800 on a girl. 2 weeks later, she went to Cabo, she cheated on me. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes.
That's how it goes? No, sir. Let's not normalize this kind of trash behavior from women.
How many bops have you been with just this week?
Cool, 3.
I mean, that's pretty good.
3 bops.
Me, personally, I've been with 25 men.
Just this week? It's Bloody Thursday. 26 tonight.
My body count is like, I ain't even gonna say it.
Tell me.
Like 9,000. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Did I hear that correctly? You're 21 years old.
Yeah. I'm a party girl.
This is exactly why men are not interested in reformed party girls.
What's something you never told your ex-boyfriend?
I slept with someone while I was seeing him.
Can we name any first names? Just one first name.
Josh.
Josh, if you're watching this, it is what it is, my boy. Go on.
I've never told him I loved him.
They're laughing and giggling about this like it's a flex. How insane is that?
Alright, I'll hold you accountable for now, but I would say mine is probably like 15.
What about each of your relationship counts? 0. Chase?
What?
15 bodies and only one relationship? This has to be the girl math I keep.
A third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. My comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking, we like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
You know, I'm seeing more and more of these videos, and honestly, it makes me sad because guys have told women why. We've made it very clear why we're walking away. And we're walking away in droves, and it's only going to get worse because you're not hearing why we're walking away. It's very simple. Don't read between the lines. Hear these words. There is absolutely no benefit anymore to being in a relationship with a woman for a man. None. Zero. Zilch. Especially when you consider the risk compared to any potential reward. Roughly 55% of marriages end in divorce and the guy loses everything. Add into it all the relationships where they weren't married and the guy lost access to his kids and had to pay mountains of child support and so on. When you really look at it, there's less than a 1 in 4 chance of having a successful relationship. Would you risk?
The real tragedy is that a 25% success rate is being generous when you factor in an illegal system that treats a man's hard work like a communal pot. We're watching brothers lose access to their kids and their sanity over vibe shifts and unhappiness while they're still expected to provide. You can't expect a man to build a house on a foundation that's designed to collapse and take him with it. We're just choosing survival over a script that was written to cast us as the villain anyway.
How does a woman take care of a man?
What do you mean?
How should a woman take care of a man?
She shouldn't have to.
At all?
No.
Then why should a man date a woman?
What kind of question is that?
Like, what value would you provide to a man?
What? That's a crazy question.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have to provide some value to a man.
Then what's the point of the relationship?
What value do they provide to us?
Protecting you, providing for you.
This is exactly why so many men are just done with dating. Because I have said this before and I will say it again. A man is taught his entire life how to treat a woman, but a woman is taught her entire life how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Ladies, if you want the benefits of a man, you need to put forth some amount of effort. It doesn't even need to be as much effort as him. It just needs to be something, because that is what indicates to a man that you're actually interested in him. And honestly, when one person is carrying all of the load of the relationship, well, how is that fun?
This is the result of a generation raised to be received but never taught how to give. You can't build a legacy with a spectator. When she says she shouldn't have to take care of a man, she's admitting she doesn't see him as a human with needs, just a utility to be used. It's a cold way to live, and honestly, we're too tired to keep teaching grown adults the basics of reciprocity.
To date, I mean, guys don't court anymore. They don't court. Take me out to dinner. Say you're gonna pick me up at a certain time.
Yeah.
I remember. Dating should be an event, you know?
Yes.
You like the guy, so you want to get pretty for him, so you spend all day and what happened to that?
Nah, let's keep it real. The courtship died when the accountability did. You want him to pick you up and treat the night like a movie, but as soon as he asks for cooperation or peace, you call it control. Brothers realize that spending $200 on a maybe isn't a smart move when peace of mind at the crib is free. If the event doesn't lead to a real teammate, I'm staying on the couch and keeping my sanity.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful, I'm rich, I can fight. If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door. Oh, you're in your masculine area. Well, why don't you get in yours? Sick of men telling me, oh, well, you know, you hardcore. Yes, I am. Well, I am the table.
Yeah, she's saying all the wrong things, and she, is apparent. Why you single? The question that she asked in the beginning, she don't understand why she's single. You just explain why you single.
Everything was a role of a man. A man is masculine. A man is a provider. She said, I got money. That's a man's job. Those are three things that women look for in a man. She didn't name a quality that a man will look for in a woman. At the end of the day, you're describing a man, and men don't want to date men.
She really mentioned she can fight, like that's supposed to make a man feel secure. If I wanted a roommate who could hold it down in a street brawl, I'd just hang out with the homies. That be with the door attitude is exactly why millions of men are taking that exit without looking back. You can't move like an alpha and then get mad when a real man decides he doesn't need a second in command who's trying to be the general.
There are single men in their 30s who have their lives together and just haven't found the one yet for some reason. So if I was a single lady in my 30s and I wanted to meet you, where would be the best place to go? Just asking for a friend. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks.
Being single, they're definitely enjoying it more than they used to before, and because I see it, you know, it's gotten harder to date, you know, lately. Men are very satisfied in their lives without women. They're working a lot, or if they're not working, then, you know, they'll hang out with their friends, with their family, with their kids. Well, with their kids, it's a given. But yeah, they're happy being, if they're not married.
Right, well, go find yourself a boyfriend then, babe. You don't chase. Well, what do you mean? That's your job. What do you do then? What do you do? You're not fulfilling your job as a man on this planet, okay? What do you do? Tell me. Please explain. Oh, I don't chase. I also don't have a head frame. Or any social skills or a fully developed frontal lobe. Because I don't chase. Also, when guys are complaining about gold diggers, but their side table is a cardboard box, and all they can afford to buy you is a piece of chicken, babe, gold diggers go after Ferraris, not a plate of food.
Figured it out. It's because before, hot women were a rare commodity. Now everyone is just way too hot. It's easy for girls to get hot, right? And now it's like when you see a desirable, high value man, they have way too many options. And girls don't have options anymore. And it's so frustrating because it's like people would kind of date in their lane, if you know what I mean. Before there was like fillers and Botox and hair and cute outfits and spray tans and all that stuff. People would date in their lane. Now, everyone's hot and no men can't do any type of like plastic surgery or height surgery or whatever. And with women working and men working equal pay, that's also a rare thing. So, ladies, we need to figure out a way to make men suck again. Sorry, they do suck. That's my point. They do suck. We just need to even out the ratio here. We're too hot. Men need to catch up to us.
The chicken comment is wild when most of these sisters are out here looking for a sponsor, not a soulmate. You're talking about Ferraris, but what are you bringing to the passenger seat besides a spray tan and an attitude? Men aren't avoiding the plate. We're avoiding the bill that comes with a woman who thinks she's the table but provides zero nourishment. Keep your Botox, we're keeping our quiet Sundays and our dignity.
50% of men in 2023 were single and not looking for any type of relationship or any type of interaction with women. And when they were surveyed, most of them admitted to just completely giving up on dating and relationships in general. We live in a time where we have social media, we have all of these different dating apps, we have this abundance of platforms and different ways that we can meet new people, yet there's more people that are single and admitting to be lonely than ever before. There was a study done by Morgan Stanley. I got this from a Chris Williamson podcast, and it says in 2040, 45% of women aged between the ages of 25 and 40 will be single and childless. Those stats are pretty alarming, and you have to ask the question, how did we get here?
It's heavy seeing these numbers because it's the literal collapse of the family unit in our community. We traded long-term legacy and building for short-term empowerment, and now everybody is sitting home staring at a screen feeling that void. You can't spend years demonizing masculine energy and then wonder why 50% of the men decided to just go be by themselves. We're losing the future because people value their ego over their own bloodline.
There's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie. There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there like where the good men at? Like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at Equinox. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're going to walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't going to go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass.
Let's be for real. They see us. They just don't like the fact that we stopped accepting the bare minimum in return for our protection. The good men didn't vanish. They just leveled up their discernment and realized that a pretty face is a bad investment if it comes with a headache. You aren't being ignored because you're too much. You're being bypassed because you're not bringing anything to the table but a bill.
You know, I see why men are staying single because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
It's disappointing that we even have to explain that care isn't oppression. We've been conditioned to think that a man's only function is to be a walking ATM, while his emotional and domestic needs are treated as a burden. When a man feels like a utility rather than a human being, he's gonna stop showing up. We aren't walking away from women. We're walking away from the disrespect of being used for a lifestyle we have to build alone.
Ladies, there is two sides to this quarter. I believe men should be sexually disciplined. They should get married. They should be creating legacy. They should stop playing games. Stop running from responsibility. But, however, on the other side, who and what are we asking men to make lifelong commitments to? Look at our media. Look at how we portray ourselves. Sexualizing and objectifying ourselves. Rapping and living raps of having sneaky links. Dating for money, for trips, for bag. Idolizing women who get a lot of attention. Women bearing it all for a like or a follow. Whether they are wives or not. Showing no respect to their husbands. Valuing attention over intention. Modeling our real lives after women whose lives only look good on the gram. Comparing ourselves, stealing our own joy, listening and propping up content that only fuels how much we aren't the problem and how much men are the problem. We are not taking accountability. We want these soft lies. Lives where we don't work, don't clean, don't contribute, don't support. Just sit there and look pretty and get the man of our dreams just by being pretty. And family, I'm personally tired of the money conversation. How much a man need to make? 6 figures this. 50-50 that.
It's heavy seeing the total collapse of value she's describing. We went from grandmothers who built empires alongside our grandfathers to a generation that thinks not contributing is a flex. They want the protection of a husband, but the lifestyle of a single woman, and they wonder why men are checking out in droves. We're losing our future because attention became more valuable than intention, and it's leaving everyone empty.
I am in a room of like 100 men. One of them has approached, I just think men this day and age don't want to date.
Because men are no longer falling for it. They are no longer just throwing out their money at women that do not take them seriously. They are no longer willing to waste their time, effort, and resources. And I think that this is a win. Because men should be cautious. They have a lot to lose.
100-to-1 odds and still nobody stepped up. That's the loudest silence I've ever heard. She's waiting for that traditional pursuit, but she's forgotten that pursuit used to lead to a partnership, not a performance review. It's funny watching the shock set in when they realize their presence isn't worth the potential drama anymore. The market has corrected itself, and the price of a man's attention just went up.
Okay, so I be seeing a lot of women saying nowadays, like, men don't really chase women like they used to. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Men not like they used to be. And it's like, nowadays, a lot of women ain't nothing to chase. Back in our grandma day and back in the day when women were provided for and when women were taken care of, a man actually had to put in a certain kind of work to get certain benefits from women. They had to marry a woman to have a baby with her. They had to marry her to get her in the house cooking and cleaning. Nowadays, women give a man everything for the bare minimum. Like, these men had to go to the strip clubs to see a girl undressed. Nowadays, women just do it for free just because they feel like they can. It's like women need to pick a lane. Like, you cannot be a 304 and a housewife. Y'all be talking about how y'all want to get tricked on and y'all don't care what men think, but then in the same breath, y'all talk about how y'all want to be taken care of and y'all want to be provided for. Like, y'all delusional. Like, y'all part of the problem. Like, men change because women change. Like, y'all not like y'all was back in the day at all.
The game is officially transparent, and they hate that we can see through the smoke. You want the housewife treatment, but you're moving like a free agent with no loyalty to anything but your own ego. Men didn't change for no reason. We adapted to a market that started selling us a dream and delivering a nightmare. If there's nothing to chase, I'm keeping my sneakers in the closet and my money in my pocket. Simple as that. What we're witnessing isn't a boycott. It's a global market correction. For years, the culture told brothers to provide and protect, while simultaneously teaching women to view cooperation as weakness, accountability as an attack, and a man's resources as a basic entitlement. We went from building legacies together to a one-way dynamic where men are expected to fund a soft life for someone operating with competing masculine energy. Now the math is finally catching up. Men looked at the family courts, the constant disrespect, and the complete lack of peace and made a logical decision to opt out. It's not that men forgot how to pursue, we just stopped chasing bad investments. You can't build a house with someone who thinks their mere presence is the foundation. Brothers aren't hiding. They're just redirecting their time, their money, and their sanity back into themselves. They demanded absolute independence, so men stepped back and gave them the room to experience it entirely alone. Now they're just angry that the audience finally left the theater.